Hi, everyone. This is Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hopefully, you're having a great day. We're here to discuss the energy for the week from March 2nd to March 8th, and what does it have to tell each of the signs. So, first off, March 2nd, Mercury in Pisces is going to be conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So, this is a great time for you to really harness and utilize your artistic expression. Be creative, but be careful about your thinking. It could be confused, it could be muddied, it could be unclear, either to yourself or to those people around you. On March 2nd, the Sun in Pisces conjuncts Jupiter in Gemini. So this is a time where you may have a really optimistic outlook. You may feel like you can handle anything, but be careful about how much you take on, as you may take on more than you can handle. And then on March 3rd, Mercury enters Pisces. So this is a time where your thinking and your communication is going to be more bold, it's going to be more direct, and it's going to be more fiery. So be aware of all of these transits and the impact that they can have you and your life. So, what do each of the signs need to know? Like always, we're going to start off with Aries, and what is it that each of the signs need to work on this week? So, Aries, your card is devotion. This is a time for you to really devote yourself to that expression of what it is that you're trying to do. This is a great time for you to harness that creative energy that's around you and devote yourself to a practice, whatever that expression may be. So, artistic creativity can come out in any number of ways. It could come out in song, it could come out in dance, it could come out in actual artwork, it could come out in food, it could come out any number of which ways. But this is a time for you to really devote yourself to what it is that you're passionate about, and what it is that you want to transform and what it is that you want to express. So use your imagination, and how can you possibly devote yourself to a practice this week? That's what it is that you need to work on. Taurus, yours is awakening. So some idea is coming through for you that you probably haven't thought of before. This is a time for you to use that energy, harness it, and see how it is that you can bring that awakening energy into your life. Awakenings don't necessarily have to be bad. There are moments where you have an epiphany and you can use it and you can harness it. But you also have to be careful not to bypass the idea completely and think that it's just some miscellaneous thought that popped into your head. No, this is something that you can actually use and you can harness it and you can do something with it. But you have to allow yourself to feel it and you have to allow yourself to go there. Gemini, this is your card is dream time. So this is a time for you to dream and to dream big. So luckily the energy is in your favor this week. But it may not come about in the normal realm that you might think. It could come about through your actual dreams. But use that imagination, use those dreams and allow them to bring ideas through to you and see what can happen as a result. Jupiter is in your sign, so it could make the ideas even bigger or approach them in different ways than you might have ever thought as possible. But allow those dreams to come through, allow yourself to sit with them and see what you have to say. If you need to, write them down. It's a great way so that you remember them for the future, because sometimes these thoughts, they'll come in and then they'll go right back out. So allow those dreams to come in and see what they present to you. Cancer, yours is sacred union. So your epiphanies are going to come about in your interactions with other people. Your creative expression may come about with other people. So allow people to present to you what those creative expressions could look like. What do those ideals look like? Use other people as a springboard to either communicate your ideas back and forth with each other, or take in the ideas that they're saying to you about something and allow them to percolate and to come up with something different as a result of what you might have thought or done normally. Leo, yours is ebb and flow. So this is a time of give and take for you. So you're going to be interacting with somebody else and allowing that creative expression to just kind of ebb and flow. It's not going to be all at once. It's going to be kind of a slow leak in terms of those ideas coming through and those expressions coming through. Allow that ebb and flow to unfold naturally as it's going to. And ebb and flow could just be within inside yourself. It might not necessarily be with somebody else, although I get the feeling that it is in regards to somebody else. But allow that give and take kind of relationship to unfold between you and another person, or even with just yourself, and see what happens as a result of it. It could take you in a totally different direction than what you thought you might have envisioned before. Virgo, yours is rebirth. So this is a time where you may have been experiencing either physical death or metaphysical death over the past few weeks or the past few months. This is a time where you are being reborn, and birth is challenging, it's difficult, but when you get to the other side of it, there is this sense that you are a new and a different person. And most likely that's for the better. It's taking you, life is a journey, not a destination, and it's been taking you on this path. So allow that rebirth to unfold as it's going to. How are you different from the person that you were even at just the start of this year? Rebirth can be a slow process. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is the end of this process for you, but you're going to start to see the results and what those look like. So pay attention to what in you is being reborn. It could be all of you. Remember that rebirth is challenging, it's difficult, but it's essential for your growth and your well-being. Libra, your card is deception. So this could be that another person is deceiving you, but it could also be that you're deceiving yourself in terms of the direction that you're looking to go in. Pay attention to what those indicators may be. Deception isn't always necessarily clear, and especially with all of this Pisces energy that's going on around us, it could definitely be unclear. It could definitely be foggy. So allow your creative expression to come out however you need to so that you can cope with the deception that's going on, but it may not take the form that you think it might. Allow yourself to think, allow yourself to feel, especially when that deception is revealed. Sit with it, allow it to unfold naturally. Be patient, be kind to yourself, and just sit there and think and process. You don't have to do anything with it, but you can use creativity as a way to unleash what it is that you're feeling and what it is that you're thinking with until you are ready to actually express it. Scorpio, your card this week is Guardians. So this is the time for you to connect to those spiritual guides. Use that energy, harness it for your form of creative expression. They will give you information, they'll give you downloads in terms of how you can harness that energy and how you can express it. Reach out, ask for help, allow those forms to come through you. You don't just have to always be in charge of it, always be in control of it. Just allow it to move through you and see what happens as a result. You can work with it, you can feel it, you can harness it, but allow those guides to help speak to you or to speak through you. Sagittarius, your card this week is self-mastery. So this is something that you're working on. You're trying to master it for yourself. So harness the energy and do something for yourself. Allow yourself to be free and just let that artistic expression go through you. A lot of times when we're working on mastering something, we're allowing our thought process to get too involved in it. Don't let your thought process get too involved in it. Just kind of think, kind of feel, and allow it to come through you. And once you're able to harness that energy and work with it this week, then you can truly begin to start to master that and use that on a more regular basis. But this is an opportunity for you to just let things kind of go through you and funnel that imagination into a way that works for you. And then you can harness the energy for self-mastery. Capricorn, this your card this week is Sisters Healing. So you're going to work either with a woman in order to harness your energy, or or it could be multiple women. You are allowing that energy of women to enter into your life and to use that in a different expression. I say multiple women because you could be using the power of that feminine energy to kind of come through your life and transform things, especially if you're a man. Don't just necessarily think that you have all of the ideas, that you are creating things as they are meant to be created. The feminine has something to say, the feminine has something to express. Allow that feminine energy to be expressed. Now, I say woman, but it could be just somebody who has a more naturally feminine energy. But allow that feminine energy to speak and see what it has to say in terms of your form of artistic expression and creativity. Aquarius, yours is new growth. So things are growing, things are changing and shifting for you, which is makes sense because Pluto just recently entered your sign back in November. This is a time for you to see growth, to see new growth, because oftentimes, in order to see growth, first there is death or decay. Allow that new growth to enter and to see what it looks like. Harness it. How can you utilize that area of your life that is growing, that is evolving, that is expanding, and allow that energy to kind of come through and see what it has to say to you. And Pisces, your card this week is fear. So don't allow fear to control you. Allow the fear to come up. And then how can you harness that feeling of fear so that you can move through it? You can move past fear, but in order to move past fear, you have to utilize the energy, you have to harness it, and you have to do something with it. So don't just sit there and allow yourself to feel fearful. Express it however you need to so it could come up. So this could be a time where you express it creatively, but don't let fear hold you back from achieving and doing and being the person that you want to become. So again, I'm Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If it resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. So feel free to comment below. You can find me at www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Remember, this is a time to be kind and compassionate and empathetic with yourself and those people around you, as everybody is going through a lot right now. Allow the energy to come through you. Don't allow it to stay there. I hope that you have a great week. I hope that you're able to harness this energy for the positive, and I will talk to you soon.